Hey y'all, welcome to the Improv and D&D channel. I am Matt, I'll be your director this evening, and we are very excited to play some Flabbergasted for y'all. A very comedic-oriented TTRPG, specifically part 2 of our Around the World in 80 Days adventure, in which our squad has been tasked to pay the best homage to the original crew. But before we get into all of that, let's meet our cast. Starting with Henry. Who are you? Who are you playing? Maybe a little bit about him. And if you have anything to promote. Take it away, Henry.
Hi, I'm Henry, he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Vinny Vulpes, they, them pronouns. Vinny is a professional fixer, consultant, term still kind of new at the moment. But the past session, they've been trying to help out sorting some problems with people and also getting themselves into problems too, but getting out of it. So it's fine. Got nothing to promote, just very happy to be here, as always.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Henry. Next up, Liam.
Hey, guys. So I'm Liam, he, him pronouns. And today I am playing Logan Chesterton, a butler of sort, but in between jobs, due to the fact that he has opinions about a lot of things and likes to share them all of the time. Seen but not heard is definitely not Logan's vibe. And yeah, that's it. You can find me on A Geek of One's Own, which is a channel where I play other role-playing games and video games. And I'm also excited to be here.
Fantastic. And if y'all want to check out Liam's stream on Twitch, I do have that link in the description. You should definitely check it out. Now, last but not least, Kaylee.
Hi there. I'm Kaylee, she, they pronouns. I am playing Mungo Fitzgibbons, who is a little bit of like a walking disaster. Just very well-meaning, gangly, where he goes, usually finds himself in trouble. Although recently he hasn't actually, maybe some of his love life is changing a little bit, perhaps, in a more positive direction. Who knows? Who knows if that will remain or not. So you can find me. I work at the company Mastermind Adventures. It's a GM for hire company. I work as an adventure specialist, meaning I'm the one who basically coordinates between the GMs that we work with and the customer to find a TTRPG game that works for you. Right now, we're actually getting ready for a really big event. If you have any young people in your life, it's called Eagle's Claw School of Magic. So it's basically a magic school using the D&D Strixhaven rule set with like a custom setting designed by our like wonderful GMs and staff at Mastermind. So awesome. Ages 10 and up. So yeah, if you have any, it's April 16th is the launch date for that. So all the info should be on our website.
That's nice. So cool. And I also have that link down in the description below. So make sure to check that out, y'all. Now, well, let's take it away. And when last we left off, the competition began in Porto, Portugal, where our heroes here found out that amidst the challenge, amidst this adventure, there was a wedding. And in said wedding, the bride was missing. And y'all, through careful investigation, found out that she didn't want to be married. not to the Duke's son, at least. And through some very, very careful, intricate planning, y'all were able to make the son fixate upon someone else. Someone else by the name of, Vinny?
If I remember correctly, I think I chose the name Megan Fox.
Excellent. Excellent. So, with that, shifting the focus and also initially being able to get the location of the next destination from the Duke. Well, Megan Fox didn't show. Left the Mr. Borba at the altar, and all of y'all were able to take the balloon. The balloon originally intended for the newlyweds, and y'all were able to fly to Seville. Well, you're on the way, at least, to Seville. Now here, well, I need a couple rolls, because unless either, like, any of you are professional balloonists, I've got, well, who's rolling first? Who's the first person at the helm?
That'll be me.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. In that case, I will first off require a wit and sharp roll.
Wit and sharp. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds good. So yeah, Logan's just like twisting knobs and pulling levers and just kind of looking back at you all and just like, yes. So you just pull the thing, the air goes up, air gets warm, lift off, very basic. It should be fine. And I think we go forward and then I kind of grab onto something really hot and burn my hand and I go, 0 success. On 4 dice.
Okay.
So I have burned my hand and I'm like, Vinny, would you, I can show you how it's done. It's,
Sure, Logan. All right.
Okay. So, I'd say mechanically speaking, fumbling around a little bit. You're off course by a little bit. And so, in the course of the race, this will slow you down. Now, I will say, you're not too far behind because, by comparison, traveling by whether it be by automobile or by train, or I guess it just depends on your competition. But on average, the travel would be about 6 hours. By balloon, if everything went perfectly, it'd probably take you about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now, with some of the chaos that y'all had to deal with, this slowing you down a little bit, it's not the end of the world. You're not in last place by any means. But, Vinny, when you take the helm, well, you would note that as you stare off into the distance, there seems to be darkened clouds up ahead. Navigating through may be a little bit difficult. And for this one, I'm going to need a creativity and passion to see how well you can figure out a way past this hazard.
Oh no! Wow. So I was hoping I'll get the wit and sharp roll again, but turns out no. You would think that Vinny is very creative and passionate, but no. Vinny only has 1 die for creativity and passion.
Oh, snap.
Vinny's very good at bravado and persuasion, but maybe we should have done something different. But well, here we go.
Face the storm with all your might.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I think what Vinny does is like Vinny takes the helm, and it's like just doing the levers, doing everything she can, and then just looks at like the darkened clouds. It's just like, I kind of wish I had factored this into my plans, but you know what, we're going for it anyway.
Okay. So, here's what happens. Because though there's a storm, the winds aren't severe. However, you're unable to navigate in such a way to avoid it. And you would recognize that the rain beating down upon you, your clothes are going to be quite waterlogged. Is there anything that the three of you would like to do to potentially avoid that situation? Are any of your characters prepared for rain?
Can I activate my sync cue?
Yeah.
Yes, please do.
Fastidious, you and your friends have just concocted a cunning plan. Carefully study the plan and point out any obvious shortcomings. The director will advise you on any flaws in your plan.
Oh.
So,
What's our plan?
what is our plan? So we're currently in the storm, and the rain is currently beating. Has the rain beaten down on us yet, or the rain will be
coming?
It is coming.
It's about to, but maybe you've got something you can do.
I will say Mungo is being very unhelpful right now and is just sort of rocking a little bit and like looking at the storm clouds and looking at how high they are above the ground and just going, oh, no.
Yeah. That's right.
That's his contribution.
Okay.
I imagine Logan's just sitting there, just with his hand wrapped in something, and as Mungo's going like, this is too high.
Yeah.
Logan's like, that's it. We need to go higher.
Yeah, that's what I thought
We need to go
too.
above the clouds.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Logan, you just pointed it out.
Mungo's
The rain
like,
can't
"What?
get
No."
us if we're high above it.
Excellent. So, I mean, with your scene cue, here's what I'll say. I would go back to a wit and sharp roll. However, the one potential issue that I'll point out as a result of your scene cue is that if you don't mechanically get at least one success, you'll get above the clouds, but there's a chance that you might not be able to control where you land. It'll be hard to see where you're going.
Of course.
So,
Is that Barris? Damn it.
Yes,
Overshot
we
it.
have a tower.
give me that wit and sharp, y'all.
Okay. So I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I got 3 dice for this, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Oh no. One more. Only 1 success, but
Hey, 1 was enough.
I got
So-
2 ones for the first 2.
Great. So, in this case, you're able to maneuver well enough and avoid your clothes being waterlogged. And I don't think I asked y'all this initially, but can I ask, what do your characters look like? And what are your characters wearing? Because I can't imagine you're wearing clothes that would do very well under torrential rainfall. So, Mungo, I'll start in reverse order this time. Kaylee, what does Mungo look like? What is he wearing?
So how much time has passed? Not long, right? This is like immediately.
Yeah, I'd say like after
yeah.
you got into the balloon, this is probably about like half an hour in to the journey.
Yeah, so I do remember that in Porto, Bungo had a little bit of a makeover where he'd usually his attire is more sort of, stuffy, like suits and, not a lot of colors. And then upon arriving to Portugal, he tried to get some clothes that were sort of more in line with the sort of local flavor. So he's probably still sort of wearing those, looking a little bit, still kind of looking ridiculous because he's always like slightly ridiculous. He's very tall and skinny, looks a little bit like a peacock. But yeah, like expensive clothing. I would say he's fairly wealthy. He's an aristocrat. So so yeah, it's nice. It's not at all suited to inclement weather.
Great. How about Logan?
Logan is wearing like what you'd imagine to be butler clothes, so like quite nice, like not rich sort of clothing, but very plain. Except he's not wearing it properly. Like he's got one button undone, he's got his sleeves rolled up. He's got this hat that just doesn't match anything, and like any employer would just be like, you need to take that off, that's not professional. Yeah, same thing. He's definitely not wearing anything that's appropriate for what he's doing right now.
Perfect. Henry, how about Vinny?
Well, Vinny is a typical curly redhead with a flat cap, blazer, vest and tie, plaid trousers, just a very tomboyish getup. Vinny was in a wedding dress, but that's not really suitable for this kind of ordeal. So I'm sure like the wedding dress is like either still in the hot air balloon or like dropped somewhere.
Oh.
I'm kind of imagining they just like ripped it off and they had their regular outfit just underneath.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Just to make it as theatrical as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Great. So, yeah, all of you, your clothes are intact. They're dry. As you go above the clouds and continue along the way, it's a beautiful sight. Almost angelic to be above the clouds and to see the sun beating down on you. And at this point, it is beating down on you. You still have a little ways to go. What would y'all be talking about? Y'all have been through a lot.
Vinny immediately gets like pairs of sunglasses immediately to like the two of you guys. It's like, how the sun reflects off the clouds, we're gonna get blinded immediately. So just put these on. Trust me.
Excellent.
We are very, very high up.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just imagine the clouds as like the ground. It's actually not as scary as you think.
I'll do my best.
Don't worry, it's fine.
I'm glad
Logan, we got out of that storm.
I think Logan is just like pulling out a flask that he has, and he like grabs a bit of cloth, like whether it's from the wedding dress leftovers or wherever he can find something, and then he kind of reaches in his pocket, and like for whatever reason he happens to have like some herbs and spices and he's just like, and I'm going to use my scene cue, Soothing Touch. Hangover cures stubborn colds, little cuts, bumps, and bruises. You have a remedy for all and a soothing nature to go along with it. Mechanically, you can heal anyone who is scuffed to healthy. In this case, I really picture, I really grabbed like something that was really hot. So I've got like a quite badly burnt hand. So I'm just kind of dabbing it and making it all better. And then I kind of look at the other two and I'm like, we should probably not talk so much. Oxygen very low at this altitude. Ouch.
Just like,
Mungo, you can still breathe. It's just don't talk.
Mungo went from hyperventilating to not breathing at all, it's turning blue.
yeah, right, yes. Right.
Yeah.
Wake me up when we land.
Oh man. Nice. Okay. So, with at this point 2 scene cues down already. Nice. Y'all approach Seville, and I do have a question for y'all as far as your landing spot goes. Did you have an idea of where you would like to land? Y'all think about it, because as you descend back down through the clouds, at this point, no longer darkened. At this point, the rain has stopped. It feels as though those clouds traveling west, you reach the town, the city, and here the sky is completely clear. You see that the sun beats down upon many bright colors like orange, tan, white. I am going to swap over to our view coming in, and for our players, I'm gonna share some pictures in our Discord so y'all can see what your characters see as you come in to Seville.
Ooh.
Now, as at least 2 of our wonderful heroes have done a bit of traveling before, you would know that Seville is the Andalusian capital. It is often referred to as the frying pan of Europe, with how hot it is, with the sun beating down upon you. You notice that there are orange trees everywhere. Now, here, well, where would you like to land? Are you aiming for someplace in the city center? Are you looking for water? Are you looking for the outskirts of town? What entrance?
I may or may not have just Googled places in Seville. And there is a place which I think would be quite hilarious to land at, called, and for anybody who speaks anything remotely close to Spanish, I am terribly sorry, the Plaza de Toros de la Mestranza, which is
great.
It's some sort of amphitheater, sort of Coliseum type vibe, where bullfighting normally happens. And I think it'd be really fun to land in the middle of, like, we land.
Is it the
off to the side, and there's like bulls zipping left and right.
The Mestranza.
Yes, that one. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine. No. I just I was on the tourism website. It did not show that, but No,
Ooh.
that seems very
Wow.
That's an
fun.
oversight on the tourism website.
Here, I'm gonna share with y'all some stuff you see as you land then at the Plaza.
Oh,
Toro.
oh, you had it prepared.
Oh, wow.
I thought you might want to go here.
He's
I think-
smart. He good. He
Yeah,
good.
he good. He good.
So,
Mm.
hey, Kaylee, would you
Yes.
roll a d6 for me? And
All right.
It's how many bulls there are in the Coliseum.
I would
No,
make
it's like-
it a
it's like-
50-50.
It could be bulls or not.
This might be very good or very bad. It's a 1.
So, as you drift in, you hear the sound of many people calling out. And you see that the stands of Plaza de Toros it's completely full. Of course, this is the largest and most important arena for bullfighting in Spain. And-
Mungo, why did you land us here?
And here, as you're floating in, you note that there is a gentleman wearing a hat, holding a bright pink cape, and he looks very confused as your balloon is drifting down. And I mean, I feel like I need to respect a 1, even though we're not rolling d20s here.
Oh no!
And your balloon, being that of a honeymoon voyage, is decked out with. I mean, there are lots of flowers, lots of very vibrant shapes on it. And you do see, it looks like there is a massive gate that is opening up. There are some people yelling, but it seems like whoever's back there manning this is maybe unable to hear it. So, at this point, there's you three, the balloon, the matador, and a enormous beast coming out of a gate. What do y'all do?
I think you know what Mungo does. He panics.
I
Like,
think
no, we need to go back up.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
The guy.
Let's go back up.
All right, I'm not scared of the height anymore. I'm not scared of the height. Let's go back up.
I might have the perfect scene cue for this.
Ooh.
Oh.
And I'm going through my scene cues real fast here, so that's going to left me quite empty tank later on. I'll be counting on you guys, but I have a scene cue called Unflappable. And it doesn't mean that I cannot be flapped. I can definitely be flapped. But your years of working with different employers means that you've endured your fair share of tantrums and threats. Through your experience, you know how to keep your cool and stand your ground. You cannot be intimidated.
Oh.
So I think as soon as I see the bull coming right at us, I quickly jump out and, like the Matador, I grab like some of the decorations hanging from our balloon. I grab it, I stand there, and I'm just at the ready. And at the last minute, I just deflect the bull to go and miss our carriage.
Excellent.
And then I go, let's go.
While that's going on, that does succeed, of course, but what is Vinny doing?
I think this is probably the one time that Vinny's like, oh crap, this is really bad. But Vinny is very, very happy that Vinny has that they have friends about who could, fill in the gaps for Vinny. So I think Vinny just immediately takes up on the opportunity to escape, just like grabs Mungo by the arm, just like, yeah, I think let's go right now.
Excellent.
Mungo's slightly stunned, but it obeys and then just sort of like waves at the crowd.
Yeah.
Great.
Hola, hola. Adios.
Outstanding. So, overall, we had Mungo panicking, wanting to go. Vinny, not sure what to do in that moment, but thankfully Logan able to step in and divert the bull. And with your scene cue of unflappable, of knowing how to handle this situation, I will tell you that there are some fundamentals of the greats in bullfighting that translate very well to butlery. Namely that posture, that pose, standing erect, not necessarily evading, not using your footwork to evade, but using the cape to divert their attention. And you are able to do so masterfully, to the point that the crowd, seeing this, they stand, they cheer. All of you would overhear someone calling out, they've really stepped things up this year. I've never seen this before. The matador sees y'all do this, sees y'all start to run, recognizing the situation, will, as y'all are running off, I'd say since Vinny and Mungo were the first ones heading off, Logan, you would be the one that this gentleman hands a slip of paper off to that has a letter H. Now, you are able, with the crowd still buzzing, with the matador now taking over of diverting the attention, you're able to get out of the ring. So, with this H in hand, what do y'all do?
Can we also make it canon that in this version of Seville, they just dodge the bulls and don't stab them to death?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that seems obvious. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bull has a great time.
Yeah, the bull has fun. It's all about the bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So sorry, have you joined the rest of the group at this point then?
Oh yes, a few bows,
okay. Yeah.
and then
Yeah. So are you showing us the note you got?
I think Vinny's got the note.
Oh
yes,
no,
Vinny.
Logan has.
No, you do.
Oh,
The matador the matador somehow is the person
Because you were the last person.
I misunderstood. Sorry. Yes. Few bows. Shake the bull's horn. Had a great time. Thank you very much.
Yes. Applause. Yeah.
And then, I step out and I kind of walk up to you guys with the note in hand, and I'm like, these adventures always seem to start with me getting one of these. Whether I take them or I get them handed to me.
I'm just surprised that the matador has the thing.
I mean, we don't know what the thing is just yet, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll just go and open it.
H.
All there is, it's a letter H.
Well, that's very unhelpful.
Quite unhelpful. But with an
Like, is this a clue? Is this just a matador? Just didn't finish his letter? Like,
Yes, perhaps you run out of time.
Yeah, I mean he was preparing for the bullfight, so like.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can go back in and ask.
Just run back in. It's
Okay.
like, excuse me.
One more thing.
Let's see. What could we do with that? Age.
Oh, okay. I could probably do something
Yes, please do.
with my scene cue.
Oh, snap.
Okay, man about town. You know the city like the back of your hand. You know where to find the right people for the right deal. You get to create an NPC that you need in that moment and place them in the city.
Okay.
Let's just say that there's also like another. We got Passport 2 in Porto beforehand who could recognize like handwriting and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So let's say that this version, the Spanish version of Passport 2 is a bolígrafo, which is a Spanish for pen. It's like, I think I know Passport 2's cousin, Spanish cousin, bolígrafo.
He just looks exactly the same, but he's got
exactly.
a mustache.
With like like the Salvador Dali mustache.
Yeah.
You said bolígrafo?
Bolígrafo.
Okay, great.
Which is
Great.
pen for Spanish, so yeah. For all you Spanish speakers out there, you're welcome.
Excellent. And, oh man, Brandon in the chat just said the bull's wagging its tail like a puppy the whole time, which is an adorable, such an adorable.
Where's the king? Where's the king?
Yeah.
All right. So, leaving the Plaza de Toro, you're able to get into Seville and find down one of the alleyways this little shop where another handwriting expert, though I'd say maybe in this case their business that the authorities will overlook is the sale of various writing utensils, pens, quills, pencils. But as you arrive, this gentleman immediately sees you, Vinny, and says, "Welcome. It's good to see you."
Bolígrafo, mi amigo. Very nice to see you.
What brings you to Seville?
By hot air balloon, actually. But not only that, my friends and I, Bolígrafo, this is Logan and this is Mongo. We're part of a around the world adventuring club. We're currently doing like a little competition of sorts.
I've heard.
And yeah, no, it seems very fun, right? It's not usually something I do, but hey, I'm here now. But actually, my friend Logan here has gotten a quite mysterious letter with only the letter H. So I was wondering if you could either one, identify who wrote it, and two, if you've seen anyone or have met anyone in this city, because there's also, as I said, this is a competition. There's not only us, there's other people around here. So I was wondering if you also seen something like this letter around the city recently.
I have, and I must say you've really put the cart before the horse, because this is one of the clues that you're supposed to get, and normally you would go to find it before getting it, then getting it, and now trying to find it. But as far as the task itself, if you want more information about it, all you have to do is go to the Real Alcázar de Seville, where the it seems the Queen has made this leg of the journey quite interesting. But I have to tell you, I've heard of your exploits. So that means other people have too.
Oh, from Passport 2.
Word travels.
Oh.
Be careful. Because you may have angered some powerful people.
Goodness.
Well, they just need to find a Megan Fox person, but sure. Yeah.
Just be careful, because when I got the descriptions, I recognized immediately.
Yeah. Well, you know me, Boligrafo. You know that, I get myself into these situations, and, usually I could get out of them.
Yes, but you have... And he kind of leans in a little bit before he says this next part. You're not alone this time. There's baggage. And he's kind of like signaling to you, Logan and Munga.
Oh. I see. Right. Probably should have factored that into my plans as well. I didn't really think too much about that.
Did we just get called baggage?
I believe so. I'm not sure if I heard correctly.
It's fine. It's a term they use around in Seville a lot.
Yes, baggage, like the kind of baggage that helps you get out of sticky situations like people running into you. Yes, that sort of baggage.
Exactly.
I understand, sir. Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
I kind of give it the dirtiest look I can muster.
Right. So, but aside from all of that, we just need to go to the Real Alcazar de Seville to see the Queen, and then that's.
She will tell you what else you need to do.
Okay.
All right, shall we?
We shall. Although, and I just like, So, gracias, Boligrafo. Hope to see you soon. And if I need any help, I'll come by.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Gracias.
Good luck.
Is that, did I say
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, like I just like Logan, it's fine. Logan's fine. And like immediately, like, put both my arms around Mungo on one side and then Logan the other, and we just hold out the store. I'm like, okay, guys. So I may not have gotten you guys into a pickle, because usually when I do these kinds of exploits, I usually do it alone. But this time with you two involved,
Yes, the baggage. I understand.
Yeah. So, Logan, if you could be so kind to do what you did in Porto, where you made Mungo part of the people. So, Mungo, you might need to change your set of clothes again. But also, Logan, you too. So, if you two could do that, that could be great.
Gosh, I wish I'd picked a different scene cue. There would have been one good for this, but are there shops about?
Yes, absolutely. Plenty of shops. Seville being quite the hub for fashion. But in this case, as far as creating said disguises, you're basing your information on the culture around here, the people, what they're wearing, blending in.
I think I'm just trying to make something like I'm not trying to blend in so much as I'm trying to make us look not like ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So even if we pop out and we're very visible, I'm just aiming for straight up not like us. All right.
And
I was thinking of even just the the thing that I was using to get the bull away from us. Like that big bright thing. I was thinking of like putting that on Mungo, and then just like even doing a bit of switcheroo, so putting my vest on Mungo and grabbing Mungo's vest, who's probably way too big for me, on me, and then like turning my hat sideways and doing a whole lot of like just really. It doesn't need to look good. It just needs to look not like us.
This sounds like a little creativity is going on.
Which I'm terrible at, also on dice. So let's go. That's a 6.
Whoa! Great. So
Nice.
you've got that bright cape, and you're able to fashion it into like something a bit flowy, something that you might consider a bit showy in normal circumstances, but here it works. And initially it's just like a gut instinct, but you're able to do that. And what y'all would notice is that as you're walking about, there are many people who are dressed in enormous flowing dresses. A lot of gentlemen wearing clothes with very bright ties and the like. It feels like there's some sort of festival going on, and I'm gonna share in the Discord real quick. Oh shoot, I almost sent it to the wrong thing. There we go. I don't want to spoil y'all, but I'm going to, and if my players, if y'all are if you have the stream up, don't look at the pictures there, because there will be some spoiling. But just so our viewers have eyes on what's going on, I've sent y'all the picture in the Discord, but many people are wearing very bright, flowy clothes. And as such, Logan's makeshift attempt here, it's working. It's almost as though right when you set that up on Mungo, you immediately see 3 women walk by, and one of them looks over at Mungo and says, "Where did you get that?"
Oh, just sort of,
Beautiful.
Had it in my closet. It's sort of this old thing.
Oh, you must tell me the tailor, the brand.
Logan, Vinny is the designer.
Sounds very exclusive. I will make sure to track this person down.
Well, maybe don't try too hard to track them down. But yes,
Oh yes,
quite.
we have to. I catch your drift. Great.
Logan matchmaker. Louis would be
Settle down, Mungo. You're taken.
Not yet, technically.
Have you seen them dancing? Like, have you seen it? Have you seen how the way they dance? Like, I had to sacrifice myself to make sure that those two get together.
All right. I mean, we've got Mungo with that bright, shimmery pink cape. We've got Logan with hat turned sideways, Mungo's vest. Vinny, what's Vinny's disguise like?
I think because right now I'm still in my same uniform. Woods, the Duke's son, and I mean I was wearing the same thing beforehand before turning into the wedding dress, so I probably should do the same thing too. should I go ahead and do another sync queue? Because we did level up, and I did get another sync queue, but I don't want to burn through all the sync queues that quickly. But it might be possibly the only way to do so. Or, I think I have another way of tying this with the direction that we're going to.
Okay.
I activate a sync queue. Another sync queue, my third sync queue.
Great.
VIP. You're well known around town and you tend to get recognized or run into old friends often. Whenever you are, you can usually find a familiar face or someone eager to smoosh with you. Exclusive places will also extend invitation to you. Let's just say that I know the queen in the Real Alcazar de Seville. I could just get in there immediately.
Nice.
There are some times where the queen also needs someone to solve her problems. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely. But for clarification, still in Vinny getup?
Yeah, I have to. Well, I was hoping that once we get there, she'll be able to sort me out into something suitable for it. But I just thought that this is a good way to get to the destination while not being bogged down of like stuff. So
I dig it.
Yeah.
Great. In that case, with your in, all three of you, you're able to get there. And maybe it's just the eyes really, they love the fashion statement that Mungo is making, thanks to Logan. And as such, Vinny, you're able to use that as a good cover. So that it's like with the eyes there, you don't have to worry so much. As long as you don't do anything crazy, they're not going to look over to you.
Yeah. Well, what was the word that Logan's really good at? Misdirection.
Yes. Now, as y'all arrive, I am going to switch over to the Real Alcazar de Seville. And, I've got a bunch of pictures to share with y'all this time. But as you arrive, you would note that, of course, there are elements from Mudéjar, from Gothic, from Romanesque, Renaissance, Baroque. It's a blend of different architectural styles. Specifically, there are some very interesting tiles, two distinct types. And as you arrive here, the main entrance, referred to as the Puerta del León, there is a crowned lion holding a cross in its claws and bearing a Gothic script. As you arrive, you do note that there are other clubs here as well. And some of them look very ragged, as though maybe they've been up all night. Some of them look like they're refreshed and they just barely arrived. However, with your status, Vinny, with your relationship with the queen, she, one of her
confidants.
Sorry, what was that?
Confidants?
Yeah. Will come over to you and say, hello, you're all here for the competition, yes?
See. Oh, and tell the queen that El Zorro is here.
Well, why don't you tell her yourself? And he will kind of gesture towards this side door. You note that those clubs are all kind of lined up for entry. As though, and I would say for Vinny, you would recognize that she doesn't see a lot of people at the same time. It's not a situation of, like with the Duke, where he goes up on stage and addresses everyone. She will only allow so many people at once. Gets too noisy, gets too chaotic otherwise. But he takes you in through a side door, maybe a side passage that you've used before when you've sought an audience with her. But he will lead all three of you in, and before the next group is allowed to enter, he will whisper in the ear of the person that's about to open said door and say, "Just 1 second. Our VIP has arrived." And he will go open the second set of doors, allowing the three of you to enter into this main chamber where you see the Queen Rocio Ordonez. Long, dark brown hair, slight curls, big brown eyes, a little sternness in her face, though when she sees you, Vinny, a big smile. She says, "Welcome. It's good to see you."
Yeah. La Rosa. And I just grab her hand and just like kiss it on her like this side of the hand.
And
Just
she
kiss it.
blushes and she says, "Oh, don't tease me like this."
Oh,
La Rosa, El Zorro loves to tease.
Mungo immediately drops into a bow. And,
Oh, we don't do that here.
Then I pretend I was tying my shoes. And then I just go, Your Royal Highness.
La Rosa. This is my friends, mi amigos, Logan and Mungo.
A pleasure.
is there like, obviously there's a lot of wealth on display.
Right.
Is there anything on display that my hand may accidentally reach for and possibly small enough to, like,
Yeah, possibly.
possibly, yeah.
So I'll give you a few options. The confidant, the one who led y'all in past everyone, as he's like, once he's sure that y'all are good, that she's like not panicking or anything, everything is chill, he turns to leave, and you do note that he has a very, very fine silver pocket watch. Also, she has a number of rings on her fingers, each of them more extravagant and eye-catching than the last. Also, if you want to venture a little farther away, because she's kept this chamber fairly open, but if you were to drift over to the side, there are some tables upon which there are these massive, beautiful vases. However, along with that, there are little crystal figures. There's a small crystal dolphin, and the light just strikes it in such the angle that you just see this beautiful prism effect. There's a small crystal bear. There's even a small crystal fox.
Nice. I think because here I'm not using a scene cue. It's just literally, it's my flaw. It's just I have sticky fingers and like pretty things, and somehow end up in my pocket. I might only realize much later. So I'm not going to go for the stuff that's on people so much. I think I'm just going to be wandering around the room. I go and I look at it. I pick up the dolphin, and it's very pretty. And I look at the bear, and it's very nice. And I look at the fox, and the fox is really cool too. And somehow one of them ends up in my pocket, maybe.
Oh.
Depending on how well I roll.
Okay. Great. I mean, in this case, I'll give it to you with a bravado here.
Yep. Cool. Let's bravado it up.
Yes.
Let's see if I
what
get in
you can
trouble.
do.
I was the one who gave the crystal fox to her, so.
Oh snap!
That's the one I wanted to grab. So I rolled.
It's just like, wait a minute, like.
Out of 4 dice, I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, and another 3.
Oh no! Okay.
So again, no successes.
You try to lift that crystal fox, and in that moment, oh man,
One day I'll get it right.
it's like you just maybe because it's on display in such a angle so that the sunlight can catch onto the crystals. As you're lifting it, the light just shines off of it and gets right in your eye. And it's like as you're blinking, you can kind of like you recoil for a second and you just feel that crystal slip from your fingers and fall to the ground, shattering.
Oh.
And she looks like her head snaps in that direction. And she says, "What is the meaning of this?"
I was, you see, admiring your beautiful figurines, and their dazzling light reflected off of them. Just, and I kind of look over at my friends. I'm like, it blinded me, and I'm terribly sorry, ma'am.
I out of panic, Mungo just tries to bow again.
Vinny, I mean, he's like, looks at us like, it's like Ashley in shock. Like, Vinny doesn't even try to reply to that because that's the gift that Vinny gave to the queen as like a parting gift the last time that they met. So I think at this time it was like,
I could imagine there just being a flash of that word again in Vinny's head of baggage.
Yeah, baggage, yeah.
And you see the look on her face. And she seems very angry. And I'd say that based on what she's had you do for her before, like she's not the type that would like get angry at just anything. It's not I mean, she rarely shows it except when it's something very important to her. And right now, what's broken is something very important to her, and she looks agitated enough that you can see like you see a vein in her forehead. You see her hands kind of clenching a little bit. You see that well, if you don't do anything, she is going to take action.
Wow, you're making me burning through all this stuff, Logan. You better be sure that you get to help me in the future. But I activate my 4th sync-cue.
Last?
Devilishly charming. From smoldering looks to pick up lines, you know how to turn on the charm. Be warned, you might end up with too many love-stricken admirers vying for your affection. This is a new one that I got. Ever since we leveled up our character.
You're welcome.
Fits perfect.
As I see like the vein popping out and her fist clenching, as I know that Logan probably shouldn't have done that, and I should have probably factored that into it. I'm still very angry about it, but I know that if we get the queen on the opposite side of what we wanted to do, it's still very bad. So with the whole thinking things in the bigger picture, I just go ahead and just as I did with the Duke's son, as he has like the clenched fist in his hand, I just just like gently caress it and like just like try to like just soothe her touch. It's just like, La Rosa, do forgive my friend here. He's a butler, if you didn't know. He was trying his best just to, make sure that he was, with his eye of his, he was making sure that all the stuff on display is as is. These things do happen. It's just, I know it's unfortunate. It is the one that is the crystal fox that I gave you. And I'm truly, truly sorry about that. But, you have me here. I did tell you that, like the crystal fox was just a reminder of, or just something to remember me by when I come back. And now I've come back. Isn't that enough?
And you see like the anger, the shock melt away on her face as she smiles at Vinny and says, I suppose that the statue was a poor substitute for the real thing.
That is very... you always have a way of words, Rosa.
And
I think you improved. Like your English has really improved from the last time we met.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I did recommend that tutor for you, and I can clearly see that tutor is really, really putting the work in. Or actually, you are putting the work in too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Logan just cleans up the pieces.
And I just like
them all together.
I shoot it during
them in a little pile. Maybe grabs one of the shards.
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I shoot the dirty look to Logan, but I immediately switch back to La Rosa. But so I apologize for that, Rosa. But back to business. We do have this clue handed to us, and we have been told that you would fill in the details about this H, or I don't know, as the Spanish would pronounce it, silent, but...
Right. Well, this is, of course, a clue for where you need to go next, but we don't want to focus on what's ahead of us. We should think about what's here, what's now, and right now. With this clue, you have one of 4 pieces. And you need to find my specially hand-picked representatives. It looks like you have found one already.
The Matador.
Yes. I have some clues, though one of which you won't be needing. It was simply that we are a strong people. For you to show your strength to us in the face of danger. And the clue will be revealed to you. Now, my other 3 clues that I will provide to you, as I've provided to everyone else. First, enjoy the splendors of heaven. It may not look as majestic as you had in mind, but it is incredible. Next, enjoy Seville, because if you rush, you won't get there any faster. Finally, you would have enjoyed the splendors of heaven, but you also must go deep into the depths of hell itself, and make sure to enjoy the ride.
You really have improved your English. That's all I could say. Because I did not get what you meant by all that. But I guess that's part of the clues.
All right,
Yes.
I am going to use one of my scene cues for the first time this evening.
Snap.
I have, let's see, it's well read. With an excellent education, a well-stocked library at home, and plenty of idle time, you know a little something about everything. You may impress those around you with your superior knowledge or recall an important piece of information to aid you in a predicament. So yes, I mean, Mungo is not exceptionally well-traveled, but he is well-read. He has, you know, I think some part of him always sort of fancied himself like being brave enough to travel. So he has read some books, you know, not recently, but perhaps he can call upon his memory for anything in Seville that might match any of those descriptions.
Great. Well, when it comes to fun things, can I ask you what Mungo might find exceptionally fun and thrilling? Beyond Bunny.
Yeah. Probably a nice, you know, a nice, soothing boat ride. Maybe reading a book. Like a very exciting novel. Perhaps listening to some very stirring classical music. These are the things that he finds like thrilling in an enjoyable way and not thrilling in a terrifying way.
Excellent. So here's what I will tell you. When you think about the concept of hell, and thinking about what you may have read before, namely a book by the name of Dante's Inferno, you are reminded of maybe coming across something from Sevilla that you thought that seems weird. It's the Cal del Infierno, aka Hell's Road, which
the Calle
del Infierno, Hell's Road, which sounds terrifying and probably still sounds terrifying to Mungo. But this is the name of an amusement park. And so, if her clues are as masked as you might have thought, this may be a good place to investigate that clue. And that's what I'll give you for the price of your scene cue.
All right. Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
Mungo will mention this to the others. Be like, oh, I once read about a certain amusement park.
La Calle del Infierno. The road, the Hell's Road.
Yeah, it's a dreadful name for an amusement park, if I say so myself.
Oh, I've been there a couple of times, and it's anything but hell. But, wow, I mean, sure, that seems good. Oh, and before I leave, I just like whisper to like Rosa, the queen. She's like, "Yeah, Rosa, a favor. I may not gotten into myself a little bit of trouble. So, I know you have your one of your casual dresses, lying about that. I'm sure you probably don't need because you have so much already. You have like a sort of collection. Do you mind if you just lend me one of those? It is, of course, the festival this season, and I thought, it might be good, just to blend in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about the one I have on right now?
Bam wow.
And I just looked at both Mungo and Logan.
We'll see you there.
Un momento, por favor. Un momento. And it's like, please lead the way.
Okay. It feels like a fade to black.
Yeah.
And then
see you guys there.
Yeah. Are y'all heading to Calle del Infierno?
Sí, señor.
Is there some sort of? Are there like Is there some sort of transportation that we can take, like rickshaws or I don't know what they have here?
There are, and I don't know if this is part of the reality, but I am going to create the reality of there being a number of carriages because many of the people who are attending the festival here, they prefer to ride on said carriages. And there are gentlemen wearing these gray suits with very brightly colored ties, gray hats, and if they see that you require transportation, all it would require is the measly sum of 2 monies per person.
I can't even remember how many monies I have.
Yeah, I have enough. I will pay for. I mean, not to brag, but I'm an aristocrat. I have 8.
Not to brag, I'm a bit of an aristocrat myself.
Yeah. So yeah, I will pay for both myself and Logan.
Great. Okay, so in this case, Vinny, you're able to get into those clothes. You're a little bit behind everyone else, but I will give you one bit of information.
Ooh, pillow talk.
And it's that afterwards, she says, I think you're well on your way. And just be careful for... And she sighs, and there's just a little look of worry on her brow. But she says, The Duke sent word of, well, what happened. And they wanted me to seize you if I had encountered you. And I told him I would, but let's just say that if anyone asks, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
But be careful. There is a squad. Gray suits, black ties. I am aware that they have taken on this contract, a bounty for your heads.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. But you know me, La Rosa. You know all the escapades I told you about before. And I have been warned by my friend, yes, I have included some baggage. But El Zorro, cannot be caught. I told you that. So I know you're worried. But thank you for the information. And I'm truly thankful for all the stuff that you've been able to help me, as I have been able to help you with many of your different things in the past. Yes. Before I leave, I could imagine, like, on the wedding dress, there was, like, one specific type of brooch that I was able to get off before I ripped a whole wedding dress off.
Mm-hmm.
And I take that brooch out of probably, like, because I'm in her dress now, but I still have the brooch somewhere because it's, like, nice to... So I take the brooch and I just put it on her hair, like, nicely, as a little gesture. Another thing to remember me by. Oh, man. And if anyone asks where you... Actually, maybe just like... And I just, like, adjust it because I know it's like, if the Duke sees it, it'll probably be very bad. It's like, actually, you know what? Just keep that close to your heart.
Just remember me.
Yeah, just remember me by.
Great. Yeah, and she'll smile, but as you part ways, you would overhear just a slight wistful whisper of longing as she says, "Yes, cannot be caught." And we're gonna shift over to Logan and Mungo on your carriage ride into the Feria de Abril. I'm gonna share with y'all, and I've been showing this to the viewers, but the rest of the festival pictures as you arrive. Of course, you do see.
Oh, wow.
So many bright, colorful, flowing dresses, gentlemen with very vibrant colored suits as well, hats that stand out, flowers atop people's heads, various horses and donkeys pulling carriages, an enormous Ferris wheel, and all these little booths offering different wares. And as Logan and Mungo, as you get to the Calle del Infierno, you do note that there are so many people here, so many children who are screaming in joy at all the attractions. Where do y'all want to go? What do y'all want to do?
I do want to mention real quick, you did say, I believe, that the driver of the carriage was wearing a gray suit.
Yeah.
Is he wearing a tie?
Are you gonna...
Uh-oh.
I mean, technically, we don't know.
I don't. This is me asking
Right.
for my own. This is me asking as Kaylee out of character.
Yeah, well, you might... I would say that you would remember him wearing a tie, but you might have to look at his front, as after receiving the money, he's just kind of reaching back for it.
I mean, I just was curious. I don't think Mungo would think to check, because, like, Mungo has no reason to be I mean, Mungo has general reason to be suspicious, but not of this person. I was more just curious, so
yeah,
I'll just enjoy the ride.
Maybe.
All right.
So where are y'all going?
Yeah, I think once we get there, I will turn to Mungo and be like, road to hell, sir. That maybe we should look for the scariest ride.
Right, yes. Well,
although I'll admit, I am feeling a little bit hungry. Surely this place has something. The altitude. Yes.
I am a bit peckish. And what
Have I
exactly
arrived
was
yet?
what exactly was the clue? What
Not
were
yet,
the clues that we got?
Vinny.
I wrote it down. The
saying,
clue was go
go
deep
to
into the depths of hell.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yes.
And enjoy the
Seville.
ride.
Enjoy Seville and thirst. That was the other two clues.
Okay. Well, yes, it does seem like the hell one probably relates to this.
And there was the one with heaven, too.
Oh, heaven. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that might be the Ferris wheel.
The splendors of
Yes.
heaven.
Or it could also be enjoying the ride, unless that was what we just were on. You didn't get any sort of note from the carriage driver, did you?
I kind of turned back to look at the carriage driver, and it's probably driven off, I imagine. Yeah, I'm like, nah.
Right.
I assume not.
So perhaps a bit of a snack and then the Ferris wheel, or perhaps it should be the other way around.
Well, the Ferris wheel is fairly slow, so I think the Ferris wheel will be easy. maybe a snack while we wait for Vinny to come back around.
Right. Yes.
Great. Quick question before I get to a potential snack, and I want y'all to think about: are you thinking about like sweet snacks, savory snacks, something to cool you off, or just something that like the aroma pulls you in? But I do want to ask Henry, what path? How is Vinny going to travel there? Is Vinny inclined to go by carriage or walking, or is Vinny gonna go somewhere else before that?
Well, I mean, because after in the palace, given the fact that his friends have moved on, but I guess it'd probably be best for Vinny. I imagine like the La Calle de Infierno, El Calle de Infierno is like not far from here, so maybe like a walk is fine. It's just a carriage, just shaves off the time quickly. Right. But I guess just walking, just making sure to look out for the people in the gray suits.
Great.
Probably be great. And also it's like get to see the lay of the land, also see like if there's any other adventurers out there. And also I am completely, usually my tomboy-ish getup is now a very feminine femme fatale dress.
Excellent.
Of royalty, apparently, but no one would know that because they didn't get to see the royalty. So
great.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. In that case, Vinny, walking, keeping an eye out, and you do note en route, you do see some gentlemen with gray suits and the black ties that she had described. And these gentlemen, the way they're walking is very measured. It feels like they're, as far as like their groups are concerned, you see a group of 2, and then a little bit later on you see another group of 3, but they all walk with purpose. They're all built in a way that you wouldn't want to get into a scuffle with any of them. Now, since you're walking, since you're blending in a bit, none of them notice you, Vinny. You're able, and especially with your new getup, they know what they're looking for. And this is the opposite. So, you're fine. And you're able to arrive at the La Calle del Infierno, where you will notice, Logan and Mungo, what type of snack did y'all settle on?
Well,
Savory?
even before you were going to say it, I was thinking that, Mungo is definitely just like whatever the whatever smells the best is probably what he's going to go for.
Okay.
So it has like a nice, and maybe like if he sees other people mostly eating one type of thing, because he's not, super familiar with the local cuisine.
I dig it.
Unless he happened to read a book about that too, but probably not.
Are you on board with this as well, Logan?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I'd want to try whatever is most local, whatever the thing is that everyone seems to be like, oh yeah, this is what you eat at this festival.
Great. Well, in that case, I have a few things here. So I'm going to leave it to a roll of a dice, because a lot of things, the smells will captivate. But, okay. In this case, I am going to send y'all some incredible images of these fried dough balls with powdered sugar dipped in chocolate. These are known as wind fritters, and the stall that you go to as they sell them, they hand them out in little like paper cones, but already the smell is intense. It pulls you in. So y'all are able to get your hands on those if you want. It'll probably, I mean, it is festival food, so it'll probably cost you like 3 monies per serving. But yeah, y'all are able to get your hands on those. And
Nice.
are either of you particularly messy eaters?
Let's find out.
Yes.
Just a quick roll.
I'm not even rolling. I know Mungo is.
Great.
No,
Etiquette.
Oh, in etiquette. Good call, actually. I was doing wit and finesse, but etiquette is probably better.
Culture and
for this.
etiquette. Yeah. No, I was about to say it's like, oh yeah, Mungo with the etiquette of a aristocrat.
I have a good etiquette score, but I
There you
also do
Great.
think I'm just generally messy.
I have a terrible etiquette score, and
What'd you
I just rolled a 1 on that. So
Oh.
I'll probably grab it, and it's all the sugar just keeps like I feel like I'm being very careful. I'm like, but all the sugar just falls, and there's like this white avalanche of casting sugar over my suit.
In that case, as Vinny, as you arrive, you do see Mungo and Logan, and you see them chowing down on these wind fritters. And like, I'd say you probably would note that maybe in just one moment, one of them turns a little bit. You see just white powder and chocolate all over the face. But you would also note that it looks like just a little bit farther down, lined up for at a stand that sells alcoholic beverages. There is a group of 4 men in gray suits, black ties, and one of them is just kind of looking around. And then you notice their gaze stop. And it looks like they're looking directly at Logan and Mungo. And that is where we're going to take our 10-minute break, y'all.
Oh,
So,
Nice.
thank y'all
Time
so
for a
much
snack.
for tuning in. Oh, yeah, absolutely. After looking at these wind fritters, I want to get a snack.
yeah.
So, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Stay tuned. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Improv and D&D channel. We are back with some more Flabbergasted, and of course this is part 2 of our Around the World in 80 Days competition to see which group is able to pay the best homage to the original crew. And so far, they have arrived in Seville, Spain, making quite the entrance, landing in the middle of the Plaza de Toros. And, well, Logan able to immediately take on his best matador impression and avoid disaster, being able to distract the bull long enough so that Vinny, Mungo, and also Logan was able to escape. But before Logan was able to get out of Dodge, the matador did hand him a little clue. And I do want to stress that in this world with the bullfighting, there's no bull killing. Now, with that clue in hand, Vinny met up with one of their contacts, the cousin of Passepartout, who informed them of there being people who are after them, who've heard of the incident, the wedding situation, and also let them know that the queen is the one who they would need to look into to get the proper information for the rest of the competition, to get the meaning behind the clue. Logan was able to fashion quite the disguise for Mungo, to the point of being asked for the designer of this cape, aka now Logan Vinny. Now, arriving at the Real Alcazar de Seville, they were able to VIP their way to see the queen. And of course, there seemed to be a flame that burns ever so brightly there. But they were able to get the information. Several clues. Of course, they already have the H, but they had 3 more. One, they had to seek out the splendors of heaven. It may not look incredible, but it's good. They had to go into the depths of hell and enjoy the ride. And, of course, finally, to take your time, not to rush, to enjoy Sevilla, because even if you rush, you're not going to get there any faster. Now, Vinny stayed behind. Little fade to black moment, but was able to get the queen's dress, as well as leaving a brooch and wistful longing behind, as Logan and Mungo made their way to La Calle del Infierno by carriage. Now, upon arrival, they were able to get some food. Wind fritters, which I'll pull up on the stream again. But of course, these delightful fried pockets of dough with powdered sugar dipped in chocolate. And it is here Vinny shows up again after having been warned and noticing some gentlemen in gray suits with black ties who are looking for them on charge of the Duke. There's a bounty upon the group. And here, as Vinny stumbles upon Logan and Mungo, they notice that there's a group off in the distance who, looking around, one of them seems to have looked in the direction of Mungo and Logan, where they are enjoying their powdered sugar chocolatey treats. So, here. Wow. Vinny, you see this. Logan and Mungo are enjoying. What do you do, Vinny?
Okay. So, I activate my scene cue, my last scene cue of the session.
Oh, yeah.
I am the law. You're well versed with the rules of law and you know how to wield this knowledge to your advantage. Impress and intimidate with your legalese while finding loopholes to get you out of unfavorable situations.
Great.
So, I arrive at El Calle de Infierno in my very feminine getup. You know, I have I don't know what the queen was wearing at the time, but I imagine it's very brightly colored, some jewelry on it. Also, maybe like a purse just to go in hand with with the whole aesthetic.
Yeah.
So immediately, just seeing this and then seeing my friends also seeing the men in gray, slowly starting to get the attention of friends. I'm like, ooh, crap, gotta do something. So I imagine in these types of carnivals, there are some security guards.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I imagine I immediately spot okay, who is the head of the security guards?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I just go up and I imagine just waving at the security guard and just running in a very feminine fashion, person hand lifting up my dress and just like that. I'm like, senor, ayúdame, senor.
What seems to be the problem, miss?
It's a lot to handle. You see, I have this ex. I've broken up recently, and I'm just trying to enjoy my time here at El Calle de Infierno. But he hasn't let me go at all. He's just a super excessive kind, you know what I mean? I take out a cloth from the dress and just start dabbing my eyes.
I see. Where is this gentleman?
Well, this gentleman's not here now, but I've seen his entourage, just men in gray suits. I've seen them all the time, and they're all about and just they won't leave me alone. And also my friends too. It's terrible. Terrible.
Yes. Who are your friends?
Just over there, the two who are eating the wind fritters at the moment. They won't leave us alone.
And I will say also, maybe this is the moment as the two of you are enjoying, you would also see Vinny, but Vinny very different than the Vinny you're used to seeing. Wearing that dress, hair down, but also speaking with the head of security here. But the gentleman does look over in your direction, not menacingly by any means. I'd say you're probably far enough away that you wouldn't hear Vinny, but you would know that it seems more so okay, recognition. But he says, so do you and your friends want maybe some of my men to accompany you, or should we just keep an eye out and remove these gentlemen from the premises?
Yeah, just remove the gentlemen from the premises, and also make sure to contact them around town. I've seen them around town too. They won't leave me alone. They won't leave my friends alone.
All right.
They're a menace. My ex, he's a menace to society. He's such a menace.
We're on it, please.
Gracias.
And
Thank you, senor.
He'll pull out a little handkerchief too.
Thank you. Gracias.
Yeah, you can keep that.
That's fine. You do your job, sir.
All right. Now, as that's going on, Logan and Mungo, of course, you see Vinny looking resplendent. You see that head of security. The head of security immediately calls over one of his underlings, lets him know. And this gentleman immediately runs over, and it's you can kind of see, it's almost like a wave of one person tells two people, tells three people, who are all dressed very similarly in these dark blue suit jackets, wearing very fancy and nice eye-catching hats, but, of course, donning the same uniform from the neck down, so at the very least to be recognizable. And they go through. And as that's happening, Vinny, you would look back to Logan and Mungo, and you would note that the gentleman who was looking over towards them, he has started to walk towards them. And the other gentlemen that were in line break off and begin to follow before they're immediately accosted by those men in those dark blue suit jackets. And they're making a bit of a ruckus, but amidst the children and people having fun, it's like what the authority of these security guards is far too much for these guys to cause a scene, especially in front of kids. And they're immediately escorted away, and y'all see the aftermath of this. And you're able to meet back up. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Nice.
Well, firstly, I think it took Mungo like a few minutes to register exactly what was happening over there, because at first he was very distracted by the sight of Vinny just like starting to like raise the food to his mouth and then like just dropped it, just like immediately flustered, just like, I've been in the presence of a beautiful woman this whole time. Just what? But also like trying to play it cool when Vinny comes back to the group. It's like rubs the back of his head like that, and then realizes he has like chocolate on his hands, and is like trying to wipe it off. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, that was. What were those gentlemen doing? Were they following us?
No, I think at this point, yeah, Vinny brushes off the performance that she just put on. It's like, yeah, the queen mentioned that there are a couple of gray men, not gray men, men in gray suits with black ties that were sent by the Duke. So, I spotted them, a couple of them, while walking to here, and yeah, noticed that they were lining outside the group. I just told the security guards that, they were the entourage of a certain obsessive ex of mine. So,
Quick thinking.
yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that, I guess. But, at least they'll be off our tail for a little while. I also told them to, mention it to the authorities around the Seville locale around here, too. So hopefully that should buy us enough time before getting to our next destination. But, Mungo, you seem a little bit flustered. You okay?
Yes, these are delicious. Please have one. And I sort of gesture my paper cone at you, which might have a little bit more of the fritters.
Yeah. Can I? I'm just gonna roll a wit sharp just for my sake, just to see if Vinny spots what Mungo's feeling.
I mean, Mungo is not being subtle. I think you might be able to figure out even without it. But
yeah, true. Okay. All right. Well, if I have your consent with that, then I'd be like, Mungo, you have Bonnie. I know that this getup is very beautiful. I usually don't wear stuff like this, but it's just what I am.
Of course, yes.
Don't worry, Mungo. I tend to have that effect on everyone. So
I'd love for Vinny and Louis to meet.
Who's Louis?
Maybe
Louis is my other character, and Louis is very much like that as well. Very. What can I do? I was born this way.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, but. So glad you guys are enjoying the festivities. Let's go ahead and find that clue that we're sent Ben off to.
Yes, I believe we were considering the Ferris wheel, which now that we're closer, I notice goes very high up.
You've been on the hot air balloon ride, Mongo. I think this Ferris wheel should be fine.
Right. Yes.
Right. And then brush a little bit of my red hair off, to the back. Shall we?
Logan's like brushing off all of the sugar off his dude. He's like, yes, let us.
Right.
Excellent.
Vamos.
So, you're going over to the Ferris wheel. You do walk past quite a few other attractions, such as there's a long line of people who are grunting as they lift up a heavy mallet, trying to slam it down on the platform. You see the indicator move up, not quite reach the top. A bunch of people do that, but it kind of condescendingly, like, oh, maybe let me have a shot at that. You see that there's the boat that rocks back and forth, very motion sickness inducing. You see that there's a roller coaster, but everyone, in spite of the Ferris wheel being a very slow, lumbering pace, everyone has high esteem for it here, to the point of them having redecorated it in such a way that as it's starting to get a little bit darker, the lights turn on, and it feels almost as though there's the light design along the spokes shifts and moves in its own little light show. So, do you ride the Ferris wheel?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mungo doesn't look thrilled about it, but yes.
It looks beautiful. Definitely have to check it out.
Great. Excellent. In that case, it does take you a little bit of time. Unless you wanted to try to do something to get in front of a bunch of kids. But it does take you a little bit of time to get up there. And you do note that as you're waiting, there are other members of other clubs that are racing around. And they're getting on the roller coaster. They're getting on the boat. They're doing the various games available. And they're running around frantically. You might notice Roz running by. Same kind of silvery suit, wearing those bug eyes. And she seems tired. She seems like she's been frantically trying to go from place to place, and you don't see a single clue in her hands. And I'm gonna share this in the Discord. I haven't credited this, so I can't put this up on the stream, but I just thought this looked really pretty. But y'all are able to move farther up in the line. One of the children, let's see. Okay. Logan. One of the children kind of comes up to you and taps you on the back of your calf. This child is maybe a good 2.5 feet tall.
Hello there, young sir.
Hi. Cool festival, huh?
Quite charming. Still kind of noticing a bit of sugar left. It's like the food. Have you had those balls? I mean,
Yeah. I love them.
Oh, delicious with the chocolate on them.
Yeah, they're my favorite.
Oh, they're delicious. And I kind of look around for the parents. Like, I want to be polite, but at the same time, I'm like, is this kid by himself? I'm like, hi, where are your parents, young sir?
Oh, well, they told me to meet them back at the entryway in probably like 30 minutes. So I'm hoping to be able to get on the Ferris wheel before then.
I kind of look at the line ahead of us, and I'm like, if he was to be where we are in the line, would he make it within that 30 minutes?
Nope.
I kind of look over at Mungo and Vinny, and I look back at the kid, and I just tell Mungo and Vinny, I need to be excused for just a minute. Do not worry about me. I will see you back when you get off this. And I will look at the kid, and I'll be like, well, young sir, maybe let's see what we can do about getting you on there.
What? Really?
I'm sure we can do something, you see? And I kind of start walking towards the Ferris wheel, but not where the entrance is, just kind of off to the side a little bit. And most Ferris wheel I've been on, at least, the cages or bubbles or whatever that you get in have like a door when you go in, and then a door directly on the other side to get out, so they don't kind of have people bumping into each other.
Right.
So I'm going to try to bring him around to the other side to kind of skip the line. And as we walk towards the back of the Ferris wheel, I kind of tell him, what would you like to be when you grow up, young sir?
Oh, I haven't really thought about that.
Well, if I may input some suggestion, be someone that is of help. People love people who can help them. And also, it affords you a certain anonymity that allows you to slip unnoticed. And I will use a scene cue called Unseen and Unnoticed. You know that most residents don't pay you much attention. You can quickly blend into your surroundings and move about while avoiding detection. And so I will kind of go just as such. And when we kind of reach an area where somebody gives me a dirty look, I just kind of stand up straight. I just give people a nod and act like I'm here just working. And then I just kind of motion the kid this way. And then if I get stopped, I'll be like, I am just looking for this youngster's parents. He tells me he saw them this way. I will just carry on, thank you. And just kind of maneuver our way to skip the line and get us into the Ferris wheel.
Great. Okay. Yeah, with your scene cue, you're able to slip in there, and you're able to get on to the Ferris wheel. And you see like the look in his eyes, being able to get on and seeing the sights, and this would be prime time. I'd say based on the journey so far, where you've gone so far. Maybe the sun is just starting to set. That's why they've turned on the light. So you can see that majesty, but you also see one of the most beautiful sunsets you've ever seen from this high place. And this small child looking out is so excited, so happy, looking down at the people in line. And he calls out and says, What about your friends?
but my friends will be on soon enough, I'm sure. But seeing as you were on a little bit of a time crunch, I figured it was appropriate to. You see, young sir, sometimes priorities. You need to understand what matters and what needs to be addressed first. In this case, getting you on this Ferris wheel was a priority.
Well, thank you, mister.
Of course, young sir. Of course.
Can I ask
Not so
you...
close to the edge.
Oh, yeah. Can I ask you, what's your name?
Well, I am Logan Chesterton, at your service, young sir. May I ask, what is your name?
You're in the race.
Oh, yes. Well, yes, I assume I am.
Yeah, I heard about what happened. I mean, I think I'm rooting for your squad.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you, young sir.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to be able to go on this with Vinny and Mungo too, but looks like they couldn't make it to Seville, huh?
Oh no, they did. And I kind of look down at the line and I'm like, they're around.
Okay. Well, next time.
Next time, yes.
Raphael.
It's a pleasure to meet you, young sir. Raphael.
Pleasure to meet you too. I hope you have, a great time in Seville. Make sure to enjoy.
I already am. Thank you.
Great. So, as the turn finishes, and Raphael, happy, leaves the Ferris wheel. Well, I'll say this: Vinny and Mungo, you'd probably noticed Logan doing his thing at some point. Maybe just seeing that sideways tipped cap on the Ferris wheel. Is there anything that the two of you would have liked to have done during that journey?
During the Ferris wheel?
Yeah, because you two are still in line, but
Right.
Logan was able to stealth his way up.
I just lean into Mungo just for a little bit. It's like, well, it seems like Logan has found his way up the Ferris wheel. Kind of makes our purpose in the line a bit redundant now, isn't it?
Well, perhaps he was able to get a clue, and perhaps we won't have to go on the Ferris wheel then.
Well, good for you,
Mungo
then.
says, all excited.
Yeah. I guess you're right, Mungo. Yeah, actually, let's just hang around in nearby the Ferris wheel until Logan comes down. I'm sure he'll spot these clue up there, and then we'll be able to meet him back soon.
It's a shame. I mean, it does look very pretty, but we are in a bit of a time crunch. So
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I do remember they have lovely churros. They're kind of similar to the fritters, but I think I like them a little bit more. And the sauces, the condiments that come with it are amazing.
all right, let's go get churros instead.
Okay. So, y'all go to get churros. Are you gonna get one for Logan too?
I'll save just one long piece of churro for Logan.
Great. I'm gonna share some pictures now.
Ugh, I do love churros
Oh, wow.
so much.
Enjoy.
Ah, yes. Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
The churros.
Yeah.
Ah,
Now, it's Logan's turn to show up to compatriots enjoying delicacies.
Food. Yeah.
Mungo is still both in both scenarios.
did Raphael run away, or do I get to introduce Raphael?
Oh, you can if you want. Like the overall journey and you like slipping up probably just took 5 minutes. So he's got a bit of time.
Yeah. Well, now that I understand that he would like to have met them and everything, I think you kind of see Logan kind of walking up and he's talking to this kid. And then he looks up at you and he kind of waves. And then the kid next to me probably really excited. And then when we walk up, I'll say, Vinny, Mungo, I would like to introduce you this young sir,
What?
Raphael.
Oh, hello.
Hola.
You see his eyes widen. It like takes him a second to realize who you are, since Mungo was wearing the Logan Vinny original, and Vinny is like decked out in the queen's dress, long hair down, and he takes a second and then his eyes widen even more, and he just he's about to rush forward, and then he just freezes, and he says, "Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you."
El Nino, that's the point. So if you said that, then that means that our disguises are working.
Yeah. It's nice to meet. Sorry, Kaylee, did you say something? I couldn't hear you.
Oh yeah. So Mungo was just saying, is everything all right, young man? You seem a bit frightened, perhaps.
Oh, you're my heroes.
No, that's sweet. Thank you.
Well, it's very nice of you to say.
I think you guys are gonna win.
Oh, I'm glad that word travels very, very far.
Yeah. Y'all are like comic book heroes.
Well, I mean,
You've got the cape even.
Well, this whole thing. Well, it's. I mean, I must say, I've never been compared to Superman or anything before, but
That's it. The color, it's and the jawline.
Well, you're quite precocious, aren't you? And I sort of ruffle his hair.
Yeah, whatever that means. I thought you guys were going to go on the Ferris wheel.
Well, sorry, Mungo. Please.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, because you and our friend went up there because we thought that there would be a clue on top of the Ferris wheel. So we would have thought that you two would have been able to spot something out of the ordinary.
Logan realizes, oh yes, that was the whole point. Crap. Didn't look out or anything, didn't look out for anything, just spend the time enjoying the ride with the kid.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was supposed to look for a clue.
Oh,
Well, it sounds like you had quite a slow, pleasurable ride.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, the sunset, it was perfect timing.
very similar to one of our clues.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just looking out.
Oh, we wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that what we were looking for. I was assuming that our friend Logan here would have been able to remember that.
I did not see anything up there. It was quite a lovely ride, but I didn't see any clues.
Well, I should
Did you
probably
see
go find my parents.
All right, bye. It's very nice meeting you.
Yes.
Bye, Raphael.
Bye.
So, Logan, you did not, perchance see anywhere that could be a clue from your vantage point? Like anywhere that could be a different clue, like, as in not this clue, but a clue for the next clue?
Good question. Did I notice anything up there?
Beyond the beauty of the festival.
The sunset?
Of the sunset. And of, a young child enjoying these little things while they're still special. Beyond that, nothing else.
That's okay. Well, that's what I relay. Besides the beauty of the sunset and the festival and the wonder on the child's face, I'm afraid I did not see anything else that seemed of relevance. Sir Mongo, terribly sorry.
No notes that you have lost.
Well, it seems like we're at another dead end, it seems. We have arrived to hell, or the depths of hell, but we haven't been able to find
Which
any...
is quite nice.
It is very nice, yes. But we haven't been able to find... Wait a minute. We're supposed to find representatives of the Queen. There must be someone who stands out in these places that she provided clues to. So for the danger, it was the matador. Who would stand out the most in a carnival?
To be fair, sorry, out of character, because I read the clues down. The go to hell clue is not a theme for all three clues. It's just part of one clue.
Yeah.
And it's part of the one that says, go deep into the depth of hell. And so I think we kind of mixed we mixed all three and just kind of assumed that it was the Ferris Wheel. Because the Splendor of Heaven is something completely different, which might be in a different part of town.
Yeah.
But so I think we need to go underground somewhere within this festival.
Yeah. Or does the depths of hell mean go deep into the festival?
Possibly.
Yeah. Because I think we just need to look out for people. Certain people that stand out in the crowd that are the potential representatives of the Queen. And I said the danger was Matador because he is the one facing the danger. And we coincidentally found it before meeting the Queen herself.
Yeah. I will tell you this. If you take a glance at the people, you do see, of course, children enjoying every moment, every sight. You see adults enjoying their kids' enjoyment secondhand. The sort of joy that they haven't, that kind of dulled over the years with responsibilities. And you also see your fellow clubs, people rushing around, someone going up to the line of the Ferris wheel and just kind of, and this would be probably Harry Z. Ontel from Nothing to Fear But Sphere Itself, who he seems so agitated. It's like he to the point where like some people are willing to let him jump ahead in line because they don't want to deal with that energy. And he goes up, and it's like you see him go up again and again, and he's getting more and more frustrated. You might see Roz again, and she's taking the tack of, I'm going to try to do everything, and maybe I'll be able to get it. But she's like rushing through and just like, she does the mallet thing, and it was like half-hearted. She grabs the mallet and just kind of hits it and then starts walking away, going to the next thing after seeing that nothing happens. And she's getting more and more agitated, as is Harry. But those are the people that stand out to you.
Ooh, churros, thank you.
Now I'm thinking, since if we're going through what Mungo has said before, that through the depths of hell. And Mungo, I think you mentioned something about Dante's Inferno, about when you're thinking about depths of hell. Now, when I think of the depths of hell, I think of who's in charge of the hell itself, because that's where the person in charge is. Someone not seen, but also is integral to the importance of keeping hell, in control.
So we're looking for the
You're
devil?
referring to the big cheese himself?
Maybe. Or what I'm thinking is possibly either the organizer or the supervisor of the carnival.
Oh, yes.
But-
Much more plausible.
Yes.
The devil himself.
Much more plausible, yes.
The clue does say enjoy the ride as well. So maybe we're looking for someone that's in charge of a ride specifically.
Maybe. True.
Well, maybe we should just wait. No, I'm suggesting this as Mungo. Let me get in the character. Well, perhaps we should just sort of take a walk around and
See if there's a
we haven't
ride
really
that...
looked at. Yeah, we haven't really walked through the carnival.
True. Well, I agree with both of you. Maybe we should look out for a ride that gets us underground or something like that.
And also notice the people that are operating the rides.
True.
Okay. So, taking a look for someone in charge, taking a look for a ride underground, taking a look at the people in charge of the rides. Are y'all staying together?
I think so.
I think, yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. In this case.
Like grab both Logan on one side and like Mungo on the other. Just like linking arms together.
Great. As y'all are walking through, it's starting to get dark. You see those other clubs rushing around. You're looking for people of authority, and I mean the people managing the rides themselves have this exuberance about them. Like maybe if they had to run these year round, it would be a problem. But this being a temporary thing, being able to see everyone so happy, they're happy. They're giving it their best. If it comes to like anyone who seems most passionate or stands out, every one of the operators seem to stand out. Though, as far as like the head honcho, no one seems to be like the grand overseer around here. As far as underground things go, I would say that there's likely a few, like one area that's more like a playground than anything else. There's a slide, there's monkey bars. The ground is this light orange, almost yellowish sand. It's the same sort of sand that you saw in Plaza de Toro. And you see children there just digging, filling a bucket, flipping the bucket over, creating little towers for their sand castle. That's what you see. So what do you do?
I think we need to dig for the clue.
Should we borrow a shovel?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Who's gonna go up to a child and ask for a shovel?
I mean, I've been successful with kids thus far, but if you guys want to have a crack.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't work, I will try.
So I'm going to approach, one of the kids that's just kind of digging and making a sandcastle, and
Okay.
I'll kind of crouch down to be kind of on their level, and again, I will say, hello, young lady. What a beautiful castle you have constructed here.
Oh, thanks.
I and my friends would love to learn how to make those castles. I see you have all the tools of trade, the bucket, the shovel, the rake. Do you think you could show us how you do it?
Yeah, I can show you.
What would I start with? The shovel, maybe, to dig, to fill the buckets.
Yep, this is how you do it. And she's got like one of those tiny toy shovels that she, like, when she grabs the handle, it's like that you don't see any of the handle left. You just see the top of the shovel and the end. And she starts digging and putting it into the bucket. Yep, you do it like this.
Oh, may I have a go? Do you need me to roll
boys
something?
Have cooties.
Oh boy. That is very fair. Maybe you could show, and I kind of turn to Vinny and I kind of wave you over.
Oh.
And I'm like, maybe this princess deserves a castle that you and her could put together.
Princess? And like she points the shovel over to Mungo. And the prince.
Yes, and I am but their humble servant.
You're a good servant.
Thanks. I've been called baggage today, so this is nice.
Oh, I don't think you're baggage.
Thank you.
Cooties,
Thank you, young
but
miss.
you're not baggage.
And I kind of wave slightly more frantically. Head over here.
Yeah, and I just
with you.
Yeah. I immediately take off the high heels I imagine that I'm wearing and just like step into the sand, lift them. Oh, actually, I just like leave them with Mungo. It's like, oh, take care of these. It's like lift up my dress and just fall into the sand pits, and I crouch down. It's like, hey, amiga, how are you?
Hi. Oh, you're gonna have to get down on your knees. It's hard to just crouch the entire time.
Well, it's fine. I mean, I'm not sure what my friend has told you, but I have been one with the people.
Oh. And you just see like a look of sadness on her face.
Oh. But I was like, and I just
But you
whispered,
are
it's
a
like,
very important princess looking to build your next castle, I believe.
Yeah. Actually, and I immediately catch what's going on. It's like, amiga, when I say I'm one with the people, even though I am a person of importance, I always get down to everyone's level. So I always am equal to everyone. I never show how extravagant I am, if you know what I mean. And I just like wink at her.
Yeah. Okay. But what about your prince? Is he gonna play?
Oh, I mean, I just get
I'm just
Mungo.
sort of standing nearby with pulling your shoes.
Oh, it's like, I just like, so you want to see the prince as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just like call Mungo over.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
It's like, so our young friend wants to meet the prince as well as the princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this lovely young lady is about to show us how to dig and build sandcastles for us.
Wonderful. I'd love to learn.
She's gonna dig into the sand and then reach out the end of the shovel towards Mungo.
Oh, yes. I
And
take
then
it.
dump the sand into Mungo's hands.
Thank you.
And then she's gonna do the same towards Vinny.
Oh, yeah.
Great. So make sure to pat that on, and it's like through the process of this does take a little while because she wants to make sure that you get it right. And there are plenty of moments where she's like, no, that's not how you do it. But after a while, it seems like it's getting a little bit later. And she says, oh, I'm sorry. I'd better go find my mom. But thanks for playing. It's nice to meet you, princess, butler. And she will do a quick curtsy and then run off. And it's at this point that one of the gentlemen who is in charge of just keeping an eye on kids here to make sure they're not getting hurt.
Or accosted by random strangers.
Yeah, he's been keeping an eye on you just to make sure you're not weird. But he'll go up to you three and say, you're in the competition?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Might take a while to get the sand out of that dress.
Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
And he will slip over just a little note to y'all and say, everyone's been in such a hurry. You guys seem to be willing to slow down and enjoy it. And the note is a letter G.
H and G.
G. Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Is this
Thank
the
you.
clue about slowing down and enjoying? I thought this was going to be the digging deep one.
Let's see. We've got enjoy Seville because if you rush, you won't get there fast. Enjoy the splendor of heaven. It may not look as majestic as you had in mind. And go deep into the depth of hell and enjoy the ride. So it feels like... it feels like this is the enjoy Seville because if you rush, you won't get there fast. So
We didn't really dig that deep.
Yeah.
yeah, when it said go to the depth of hell, I expected something a bit more. But again, those are all separate clues. So I'm not sure which clue we just managed to get. It does feel like, based on what he's told us, that this is more of the enjoy Seville because if you rush, you won't get there fast.
Yeah.
Well, should we continue looking then for the depths of hell?
So yeah, I think we might still need to find the depth of hell and
Heaven.
the splendor of the heaven.
It might not be as majestic as we think.
So something that seems outwardly terrible, perhaps.
It probably means that it's heaven for most people, but it's not like a majestic. It's not like a palace. But it's heaven for probably the common folk.
Or perhaps some of the food?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe the food. Maybe there's one type
that
of food
looks
that's
bad.
just like, oh my god, this is heaven.
True.
I mean, what we had was delicious.
Yeah. but it's not commonplace.
It didn't look, and it didn't look nice, both of them.
Yeah. So it's
So
something to
maybe-
look at.
Maybe we need to ask someone about what is the tastiest food.
Yeah.
Right.
But doesn't...
What food looks the worst?
Yeah.
But actually
it's not... It's,
tastes
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
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 Could probably ask around then, since we're still at the carnival. Still loads of people.
Yeah.
Is there, probably like a vendor or something here.
So, I mean, what are you gonna ask? There'd probably be a number of vendors here who are selling various finger foods, and maybe one or two like who have like the fairly small glasses of the gazpacho to cool down in the heat.
Nice.
So, who's gonna ask?
I'll ask. I'll find someone who seems to have at least like a fairly extensive menu of things and say, "Excuse me, I apologies for bothering you. I wonder if you could tell me. We're new to this area. Well, some of us are. I am, and we were sort of wondering if there's so many wonderful bits of local cuisine here, and things that everyone knows about. But you, an expert, perhaps there's something that we could purchase either from you or one of the other vendors here that is not something that someone would necessarily consider, not something very well known, perhaps a bit of a hidden gem, as it were, something that might not outwardly sound particularly appealing, but is in fact one of your favorites."
Give me a persuasion for me.
All right. Look at my stats. Uh-oh. It's not good.
I mean, it sounds like more than one.
Actually, yeah. I got a 5 and a 6. So.
Nice.
There we go.
Sick. Okay, so the vendor that you stumble upon, as you say that, he seems a little bit downtrodden by working here. It looks like he's got bags under his eyes. He's been working here all day. And even like maybe right before you come up, his boss yelled at him. And he just looks like he's struggling. He wants someone to connect to. And he says, he's looking down at this stuff. And he looks over, sees his boss isn't looking. And then he says, I'm supposed to tell you this, but it just doesn't feel like there's love in it anymore.
Oh.
Whenever I'm feeling like I want to go experience something that reminds me of home, I go to the monastery. I'll admit, if you get it, it doesn't look great, but it's so simple. It's so delicious. Trust me.
Monastery, heaven, eh?
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
Indeed.
I believe you have been incredibly helpful. What are we doing when we get there? Just going to the monastery? Okay, okay.
And he's like, trying to get you to go away so his boss doesn't see that he's talking to you.
Okay.
Also, quick thing: if we were to say sort of depths of hell, like what would you say is like the deepest part of this park? Sorry, if we should
working
probably
here.
That's fair.
Maybe that's the next clue. We need to work here.
Oh, for like a year. All right,
let's go to monastery.
Thank you. You've been incredibly helpful, and I'll slip him a few monies for his trouble as well.
Great. Okay. As far as monasteries are concerned, nearby, there's one known as the Monasterio de San Leandro, and it's fairly tall, fairly majestic. And at this point, as it's getting darker, I'm gonna share some more views of nighttime in our ye old Seville. And that would have been awkward. I was about to share all these pictures into a server. Great. But I've switched it over on the stream. You guys should be seeing that pop up on the Discord now. But
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's
Quite a
very
gorgeous
pretty.
sight. But as you arrive to the monastery di San Leandro, you do note that there's a sign with prices, and there's a dish called yema de huevo y azúcar. And you don't see anyone here, but there is a bell and a little window in a door. Now, on the sign next to this dish, there are prices. About 1 money each.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear an old voice call out, how many do you want?
3.
Bless.
And you see the little door open, and the hands will reach out, grab onto a little, pull out a little bowl, and put it down, and close the door and say, "It'll be 3 monies."
Yeah. I chip in 1 from my wallet.
Yeah, I mean, I assume I've got at least 1 money.
Oh, so everyone's paying for their own this time. Nice. Okay. And like you do see, like hearing the scattered sound of monies, the door opens again and you see just a quick flash of eyes and nun garb before she snatches the bowl, closes the door. And then after a few moments, the door opens up again. That bowl comes out again. And you see 3 neat little packages wrapped in parchment paper. And in them are these lumps of yellow. They don't look very appetizing, but you can smell sweetness wafting up from them. So,
Nom.
Yeah, I open
Yeah,
up the
same.
parchment,
And-
bite into one of them.
as the 3 of you take a bite, you see that like that figure again looking through the window, closes it again. You hear some whispering, opens again, and then that bowl comes out with a little slip of paper. And it has the letter O.
GHO. Ghost. We have to find a ghost.
That's 4.
Oh. Goat? No.
Let's find the
GH.
last. Let's find the last one.
Yes. Well, once we're done enjoying these are delicious.
Yeah, these are very delicious.
Yeah.
From behind the door. Hey, thank you.
Not to worry about it.
Shouldn't be so shy. These are amazing.
Oh, you're very kind. Enjoy.
Yes, we will.
We will.
All right. So
It sounds like the one we're missing is the depth of hell.
do we think that's possibly not in the hell theme book?
Like it's a bit of a red herring sort of thing.
Could be. I mean, what's the deepest? What do you think is the deepest part of Seville? Do you think are there any caves here, or
Enjoy
Catacombs,
the
maybe?
ride. Enjoy the ride. Is there like a boat that goes through the catacombs?
Maybe.
I see it on the pictures. Like there's one particular part that's like very like a river.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
we need to find
maybe the
someone else
nun.
who...
If we're looking for catacombs, usually they're
Yeah.
under churches and the such.
Yeah.
Maybe the nun here will know.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of do the lightest little tap on the door again.
How many?
Hi. And I kind of look in my pocket, and I probably have just like, I don't know. I don't know how much money I'm supposed
Moth
to have as
flies
a help.
out.
But like whatever monies I can find, I'm just, because I assume these were absolutely delicious. So I kind of grab whatever money I've got, and I'm like, I put it down, and I say, about this many, and also, man, we are looking for catacombs, maybe a ride through the catacombs.
Oh.
Is that something that is available to tourists somewhere in Seville?
Well, why in the world do you want to see catacombs?
We're looking for the deepest part of Seville.
And you'll see the little door open again. And instead of darting in and out, you see her face kind of slowly go into view. You're the group that left that that bastard at the altar, huh?
We wouldn't tell.
Technically, only part of the group did
Can
that.
nuns say that? Are you allowed to?
Well, I'll never tell. But let me say this. And I mean, what was that money's total you took out, Logan?
Oh. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know how much. I never wrote on my character sheet how much money Logan was supposed to be able to have.
How much would you think?
Let me roll a d6 and find out.
Okay.
I will say, according to the quick start guide, the help starts out with 40 monies. I don't know how much of that.
40?
40. Yeah, I don't know how much you've already spent though.
Well, I mean, the whole stick with Logan is that he's broke because he can't keep a job.
That makes sense.
But I rolled a 5, so let's just say I've put 5 monies down.
And that's all you've got?
Yes, I'm gonna go with I had 6 monies all up on this trip. And
If I notice that, I will slip Logan some more monies discreetly. I do have a lot.
Okay. So with this pile,
it's why he likes to steal stuff, because he's so broke all the time.
That makes sense.
well, she says, this one is a tricky one. And I've seen a few of your rivals, well, struggle with this.
We thought at first it referred to the theme park.
Carnival.
Yes, the carnival.
Well,
We couldn't find anything while we were there.
which ones do you have already?
All of them, except this one. We have the G and the H and
Now the O.
O that you so graciously given to us.
Well, why don't you have a drink? Forget about the competition for a while and enjoy, well, one of our most famous beverages in Seville. Maybe the answer will come to you.
Oh.
Any recommendation on what drink that would be?
Also, what do you recommend to be the best place for the said drink?
Wow. And she's kind of gesture to y'all to come closer, so she's not talking about her alcoholism. I would highly recommend that you try a Rebu Ito. This drink is quite delightful. Invented in Andalusia and very refreshing. It'll make you stay up all night.
Well, I mean, really, we're trying to finish this competition, so I appreciate the recommendation, but I think we're sort of a bit focused right now on the competition.
All right. Good luck.
Right.
Thank you.
And she
Yes,
will slowly
I mean,
close.
Perhaps if we went, is there a place you'd recommend? Okay, goodbye.
Oh, you are gonna have a drink.
Well, maybe. I suppose I am a bit parched.
Great. Well, there is this place. On the outskirts of the festival. If you go there, they're very discreet. Just go in and ask for Rebukito, and they'll keep them coming all night.
All right.
Let's go back to the festival then, shall we?
Let's go.
Thank you, sister. You've been very informative.
Yes, and remember,
Didn't hear it from you.
all right. So, you go to look for a drink. And you do find a very small, quaint bar. Mostly just locals here enjoying a beverage. There might be one of your rivals who is racking their brain, trying to figure out the last piece of the puzzle. And each time the bartender comes up and asks, so, do you still want water? Or can I get you something? And they're like, no, just water. I need to focus on this problem. I need to focus on this. And the bartender just kind of wryly smiles as, all right. Oh, welcome. 3 of you. We've got the bar. We've got booth. What are you having?
Firstly, can we get a booth for the 3 of us?
Booth
And
it is.
and on the way, can we get 3 Raburitos?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And I am going to send forth that image as well, as y'all receive very quickly, almost as though they had like extra people on hand specifically to make this beverage.
How do you spell that?
Rebujito. And it's a mixture of sherry and a soft drink, typically white lemonade or lemon lime soda. And it's very
Delicious.
common here, very typical at this fair. And as you receive these beverages and get seated at the booth, what do you want to do?
I suppose we should just have a drink while we try to think about what the next clue could possibly be.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Is it good?
It's so refreshing. After a day, y'all haven't drank anything all day.
You have
No.
had a lot of sweets.
Yeah, you've had sweets. You've been running around. You've been in the heat, the blistering sun. Not a drink of water, not a drink of soda, not a drink of orange juice. So this hits the right spot. And as you're enjoying this, you just kind of feel relaxed. There's even a sign in this bar. And I'm going to share that on the Discord. But for our viewers, the sign says, "The time to go back home from Sevilla's feria is whenever you can't stand on your feet." Y'all enjoying your drinks. Could I have each of you roll a d6 for me? Just to see how well you handle the alcohol.
Okay.
That's a 6 for me.
That is a 2 for me.
That's a 5. So.
Great. Mungo and Logan, you're doing great.
Shockingly.
Vinny,
Yeah.
you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
It's been
Lightweight.
an emotional roller coaster, but
Yeah.
it's like you drink it, and maybe it's just that combination of being so parched that you down it quickly, and then it rushes towards you, and you just kind of feel the room spinning.
Oh. Well, Vinny has been through a lot, and you know how stress affects your alcohol tolerance as well. This is coming from my own experience, but
Yeah.
so everything that you just mentioned is very eerily similar to how I handle alcohol. So I think at that point, like, yeah, Vinny's having a good time, and Vinny's like, oh man, it's like finally get to loosen up a little bit. Like it's just like casually just like unstraps her like dress and just like fans herself, takes a fan out of her purse and just relaxes a little bit. And it's like, oh man, I remember there's this bartender, this cocktailologist I know, Bee's Knees, I think was the name. Something like that. I don't know. I'm sure he'll love this.
Well, after having had one, if you want to tell him about it, the bartender does come around and say, "Could I get you guys another round? You seem to really be enjoying this."
You know what? Why not? Yes, let's get another round.
Another round.
Maybe also some
Thank you, good
water
sir.
for our friend Vinny.
I need another die 6.
I'm sorry if this is a fated flag if I failed this one. Oh, it's a 5. Okay.
Well, I got a 1.
And I got a 4.
Great. I definitely thought it was going to be Vinny. But
Sorry, this is not a striptease. Unfortunately, the clothes stay
Mungo.
on.
this second one hits you hard. And you just reach that point where you try to say something and it's not even sounding right to you. And in the booth, how are y'all seated? Who's sitting next to who? 'Cause
I
there's
think I'm
3
on
of
the
you.
edge.
Okay,
I'm on the edge of the booth.
okay. Picturing like a U booth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the bungo's in the middle.
Great. So Mungo, I'm gonna roll a dice. You end up blacking out, fainting onto Logan. And at that
Sir?
point, there's a cheer from the bar. And the bartender says, "Well, you know what we say in Sevilla." And he points to that sign. The time to go back home is when you can't stand on your feet. It looks like you've enjoyed your time here. And it looks like your friend here should probably go back home. And he
It's a good
will
time. It's good.
take out a slip of paper and slide it over. And it has the letter U on it. Now, because we've gone over a little bit, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, so I'm not stealing too much of your time. But you have all 4 clues now. And if Vinny is willing to pay a visit to the Queen again.
Oh, sure, definitely.
That is where all of you would find out that, of course, the clues, the letters, they spell out. And Liam, I believe I heard you say it.
Here you go.
Great. And she is going to say, congratulations. Of course, the clues point to one of my favorite authors. And, well, your next location. I'm gonna need you to go to Paris.
Paris. It's nice. It's nice there.
Maybe after
Paris. Yes.
a nap.
Do you know Vinny's girl?
And that is where we're gonna fade to black, fade out. And that concludes episode 2 of our Around the World in 80 Days journey in Seville. And just big thank you to Wanderer's Tome, Fleur and Chelsea for creating Flabbergasted, such a wonderful system, without which I wouldn't have met this wonderful cast. I wouldn't have met these wonderful players. So before I get into our final goodbyes and thank yous, let's have a final word from each of our players, starting with Henry, going to Liam, and ending with Kaylee. Who are you? Who have you been? And any promotional stuff if you want people to find you. Take it away, Henry.
Hola, I've been Henry, and I've been, Vinny Vulpes. Still very, very happy to be here to play this wonderful system with friends. And thank you, Matt, for allowing us to play this incredible session. Loved it.
Absolutely. Y'all are amazing. Thank you, Henry. Liam.
Hey all, so I am Liam, and today I was Logan, who apparently still cannot steal anything. You can find me at A Geek of One's Own, link below, and yeah, come say hi. I usually stream in Australia time on Saturday mornings, which I think is Friday evening for most Americans. And again, thanks Matt for this game. Like, really fun, really looking forward to go to Paris.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope I do it justice since you have personal experience with France. Fingers crossed. Finally, last but not least, Kaylee.
Hello, yes, I am Kaylee. I have been Mungo Fitzgibbons, who is going to have a very rough awakening the next day, I think. Let's see. Oh, you can find me. You can find lots of games and events at mastermindadventures.com if you are interested in a tabletop role-playing game, which you might be, judging by the fact that you're watching this. Email me at there's all the info is there to contact me on the website. I won't bother going into it now. But yes, thank you, Matt. This was so much fun. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Liam and Henry, for coming along. And thanks everyone for watching. Can't wait for Paris.
Absolutely. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you to the creators. And, well, until next time, don't forget to enjoy the ride, y'all. Take care. Have a good night.